Hola amigos, this is Level 12 and today we are going to be talking about the Hetalia characters as zodiac signs. What I mean by that is not the zodiac sign that would actually correspond with them, but the zodiac sign that they are most like, if that makes sense. Like, Latvia's birthday is November 18th, and he would be a Scorpio. Well, he also isn't on this list, but, you know what I mean. He wouldn't be a Scorpio on here. You will see who the Scorpio is, and I had fun with Scorpio. At least looking up the picture. But yeah, that's how this list is gonna work. It's based on the personalities, not the actual birthday. 'Cause I know some of these aren't lining up very nicely. Like, you'll just see. Also, what do you think about me doing the like picture on the side and the words over here? I'm kind of liking that aesthetic, but I know I can't do it for every video or the niceness wears off. And this video is sponsored by this comment. So I actually had this idea to do, but I was just not doing it because I was freaking lazy. Like everything in that other video that I said that was going to take a lot of research isn't this video. But Jesus Christ, after doing this video, I just want to do a fun video after this. But it's sponsored by this comment, and Brianna? I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Can you please do a video of what could the zodiac signs of the Hetalia characters be? Yes, here is that video. Also, if you have a video you want to request, just like leave it in the comments. I love doing video requests. It's like my most favorite thing to do. So for those of you who don't know what the zodiac signs are and the importance of them, good job, you've been off the internet for a while. But zodiac signs correspond with birthdays, and it doesn't just go, oh, January, you're this sign. It's like, for some reason it starts March 21st through April 30th. Yeah, April 20th, which is Aries, and I'm assuming that's the ram. And then it just goes on to Taurus, the bull, Gemini, the twins, Cancer, the crab, Leo, the lion, Virgo, I'm assuming the virgin, Libra, the scales, Scorpio, the scorpion, Sagittarius, the bow and arrow, Capricorn, a goat, Aquarius, a vase, and Pisces, the fish. And these, you can usually find these signs in the night sky, like in the stars. You can usually, like, I used to know where the scales are because that's my sign. But a lot of people use them for daily horoscope and marriage and dating information because some signs are compatible. Like Aries and Libra, I believe, are compatible. Last I checked, they were. I can't remember. But yeah, that's just what zodiac signs are. And I used to be super into these, by the way. And in my experience, zodiac signs tend to be pretty accurate, compared to the person of who they are. Like, I relate almost exactly to Libra, and my sister is really, really a Cancer. So the first one is Aries, which is America. Aries are known to be adventurous and energetic, pioneering, courageous, enthusiastic, confident, dynamic, and quick-witted, which I feel suits America perfectly. He's adventurous, he had his pioneering phase going westward, he's courageous, he's super energetic and enthusiastic. I wouldn't really necessarily say he is super quick-witted, but he has his moments. Some of the bad traits are selfish and quick-tempered. I don't think he's selfish, but I do think he can be kind of quick-tempered. Not as bad as England, though. Impulsive and impatient. Yes, that is America to the T. He can't wait to do whatever it is he wants to do. Foolhardy and daredevil, which that is also America. He's pretty good on the, hey, let's go do this random thing despite how terrifying it will be. Which, good on you, America. Good on you. Be the idiot England knew you could be. Next is Taurus, and I picked Hungary. Taurus their good traits are patient and reliable. I feel like she's super reliable in battle and in anything she like needs you to be. Warm-hearted and loving towards the ones she does like. She can be. There are a lot of characters that she just kind of hates, and she isn't. Persistent and determined. I can definitely see that, especially in the wars against Prussia and all these other people. Placid and security loving. I can't really see her as I don't really know what placid means, and I really don't see her as much one for security loving. Like, I think she could survive if the world wasn't super secure. Like, some of them need security, she doesn't. Some of the bad traits are jealous and possessive. I kind of see her as possessive, especially when Germany tried to take Austria. She's like, no, you can't take Austria, he's mine, no. And I mean, yes, were they? No, they weren't married at that time. Resentful and inflexible, self-indulgent, and greedy. I can't really see her as self-indulgent and greedy except for, like, I guess when it comes to yaoi. But resentful and inflexible, she kind of is that way with Prussia and Romania. She just can't get along with those two. In Prussia, it's kind of a running joke at this point. But with Romania, it's a lot less shown, at least in the anime, how much they hate each other. But they fight like cats and dogs, y'all. They really don't get along, and that's probably never going to change. Next is Gemini, and I picked Monaco. They're usually adaptable and versatile, communicative and witty, intellectual and elegant, youthful and lively. And I felt like the last, I guess, 4 really suit her super well, because she's supposed to be a young honor student who's super good at just determining things, really good at gambling, which I felt with the adaptable part, because when you're gambling you have to be adaptable to your situation and the cards you're dealt. And she's just young, and Hema described her as being beyond healthy / energetic, so obviously she has to be youthful and lively. And to be an honor student, you have to be an intellectual and elegant. Some of the bad traits are nervous and tense, when it's stated she's kind of a worrier, when if you're a worrier, you're pretty much tense all the time, and that feeling kind of sucks super much. I don't really see her as being superficial and inconsistent, but I can see her as being cunning and inquisitive. I don't know why those two are bad traits, but they are apparently. I can really see her being this way because if you're gonna be smart, you're gonna be cunning, and she's somehow defended herself from all of these huge nations, so she has to be somehow cunning. Inquisitive, I don't really see that as a bad trait, but I could definitely see it on her, if you know what I mean. I don't really know why it was said to be a bad trait, but according to the list I have, it is. She's, also, this is just such a pretty image of her. Like, some of the fan art I have on here is just amazing, and I love it. But yeah, Monaco the Gemini. Cancer is Mama Ukraine. I love Ukraine. Cancers are known for being emotional and loving. I really feel like she is, first of all, she's a crybaby, kind of. So she's emotional on that front, and she loves her siblings. Intuitive and imaginative, well, and doesn't, I had to look up so many words because I didn't know, like, the true, I had a feeling what I knew what the words meant, but intuitive is one of those words where I'm like, is that where it means, like, they can use a garden hose as, like, a hair bow or something like that? Like, you know what I mean? I'm assuming she's intuitive. It says shrewd and cautious. I wouldn't, shrewd has a really bad connotation in my opinion, but I do think she's cautious. I do think she's kind of wary of life and age, because she's kind of old. Well, not old, but she's older than Russia, and Russia's like 21. She's protective and sympathetic. This describes her perfectly. She loves her siblings. She would probably die for them, and she's super sympathetic to them. She loves them to death. The bad traits are changeable and moody. Yeah. Over emotional and touchy. That's definitely her. She's definitely a crybaby. She has her issues with being just wearing her heart on her sleeve. Clingy and unable to let go. Yes, I think there was a line in the anime where it was like, I don't have fast internet, and she just she has just, I can just imagine her with like a bunch of old computers, like the ones with the super huge backs. I had one of those when I was like really little, and like the search engine was on the desktop. It was super weird. It was amazing, but I can just imagine her with a computer like that. It was great. Next is Leo for Lithuania. Oh, this is such a cute picture of him. It's adorable. I love it so much. But Leos are normally generous and warm-hearted, and I can definitely see him being generous and warm-hearted, both to Poland and the Baltics and, dear God, Russia. Creative and enthusiastic, not really. Sorry. Broad-minded and expansive. I can kind of see him having an open mind. I feel like he kind of needs to put up with Russia's crap. Just yeah. Faithful and loving. I feel like you could depend on him in battle. And it said and Leos are known to be leaders, and I feel like Lithuania would make a good leader. That's a lot of L's, Jesus. Ugh. But it said in battle, Lithuania had really good leadership skills and really good tactics, and I feel like Leos are meant to be that kind of brave, tactful kind of person. The bad traits are pompous and patronizing. I can't really see him being that. I think he's too nice for that. Bossy and interfering. I can definitely see that. I feel like he tries to help the two younger Baltics because he does try to be the big brother figure, but I feel like it comes off as pushy and bossy at times because they love Lithuania, but they kind of want to be able to do their own thing, you know? I feel that way. Dogmatic and intolerant, and not really. He didn't really fit the bad traits too well, but he fit the good traits well enough that I was just like, yeah, let's make Lithuanian that. The bossy and interfering thing is just what big brothers are. You can't get away from that. Next is Virgo for Germany, and I summed up Virgos as all work and no play, and I'm just like, that is Germany to the core. Modest and shy, he puts on this air of modicity. Let's go and make up words, y'all. Just to make this go faster. I feel like he is kind of a modest, shy, conservative guy. And conservative, one of the bad traits for some reason. But that just fits him, especially around women, I guess. Meticulous and reliable. Yes, this is him. Have you ever seen him clean? He's insane about the cleaning. He's super meticulous about it. And reliable, I feel like definitely you can rely on him in battle. It's just practical and diligent. Again, this is just Germany. He knows what's gonna work. He knows what isn't gonna work. He's perfect at just doing everything. Intelligent, I thought that was saying intellectual. Intelligent and analytical. He's definitely this. He always has to work out the perfect angle, the right angle, how this is gonna work, what's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? That's just Germany. He's a perfect image of a Virgo. Some of the bad traits are fussy and worrying, or a worrier. I can see how he kind of worries a bit too much about Italy, but fussy, not as much. Overcritical and harsh, he's definitely this. He's super demanding on Italy and anyone else he's training, but that partially comes from they just needing to buck up. But he can at times be overcritical and hey, no, don't do that. Perfectionist and a conservative. Conservative has a really weird connotation, so I'm not going to touch on it, but a perfectionist, he definitely is that. Everything must be slick and clean, and I just love the part where he had, his hair messing, and then he just slicked it back. I'm like, please do that more often. Next is Libra, as France, which kind of makes me happy, because I'm a Libra. Diplomatic and urbane. Crap, I forgot what urbane meant. But I looked up what urbane meant, and I forgot. I think it means gracious, because I wrote gracious right next to it. We're going to assume urbane means gracious, but diplomatic and gracious. I can definitely see that. He really just wants people to get along, because since the Napoleonic Wars, he hasn't really been the best country at fighting. Romantic and charming. That is France to a T. Everything must be romantic. French is the language of love. Everything is just mwah, beauty. Easygoing and sociable. I can definitely see him as that. He really gets along with anyone. He'll talk to you no matter what. He's just a great, laid-back kind of guy. Idealistic and peaceable? Whatever, I took this from the internet. Let them make up their own words. But I can also see him as that. Some of the bad traits are indecisive and changeable. I can really see him as that. like not being able to decide between who he wants to date. Gullible and easily influenced, I can't really see that because he's kind of a pretty strong guy in his boots. Flirtatious and self-indulgent, that's is France. He's kind of a flirt to everyone he meets, and he kind of doesn't really have a filter for it. Like, he tries to, and it just, like, ends up failing. But, yeah. France can't control himself, and he's a flirt. It's great. This is not how I see myself as a Libra, by the way. I'm more of just the easygoing and idealistic type. Oh, God. Next is Scorpio as Russia. And I had a funny story looking up this picture. So I typed in Russia Hetalia, and then a picture of Hetafax came up, and I posted that to my Instagram. It was funny. Also, my link to my Instagram is in the description if you want to go follow me there. But anyway, Scorpios are stubborn. They're determined and forceful, which said that in Russia's character bio, and I'm just like, that's Russia. They don't compromise well. Emotional and intuitive, kind of. With his pipe and all that. Not really emotional. He doesn't really like to show that side of him. Powerful and passionate. Now, here I'm taking passionate to mean passionate about war, or passionate about something that creates a strong emotion. Because he's definitely powerful, but you can think as passion as in the love passion, or passion as in such a strong feeling of emotion and of grandeur towards something. Exciting and magnetic. Not really. Not really. For the bad traits, jealous and resentful. He's not really resentful to people, at least the ones that were picking on him, because he and Prussia used to go to war, like, every Tuesday, and now like, Prussia lived with him for a little while, and I'm just like, alright, Russia, because he isn't really, like, even after the Soviet fam left him, he isn't really resentful. Compulsive and obsessive, I can definitely see him as that, because he's always, like, trying to keep his Baltics to him. He's always like, yes, these are mine, these are not yours, you cannot have them, screw you, secretive and obstinate. I forgot what obstinate meant. And I didn't write anything by that word. If I knew what obstinate meant, he kind of fit it, because that's why I put him as this. Crap. Listen, kids, when you look up a new word, and you know you're not going to remember what that word means, write it down, so when you use it, you don't look like an idiot. But, I'm sorry. I know I looked it up last night, but I was tired, and I went to bed at like 12. Sagittarius for ancient Rome. I went back and forth between Australia and ancient Rome. Australia or ancient Rome. And I finally decided on ancient Rome just because the bad traits fit him so well. Optimistic and freedom-loving. Rome is to the T of that. Jovial and good-humored. I feel like he's, again, the T of that. Honest and straightforward. He kind of had a crush on two different women and kind of, like, screwed them both. Intellectual and philosophical. I don't really think he's that smart because of how his empire fell, and he doesn't even know how it fell too well. But really philosophical, I can see him as that because he used to love art, used to touch art. I feel like to understand art super well like that, you have to be like some type of mental philosopher. Blindly optimistic and careless. See, the bad traits are why I picked him for this one. He kind of didn't think his empire would end. All he was doing was drinking, eating, and sleeping around with girls. Lots of girls. And he kind of just didn't really take care of his empire. It also says irresponsible and superficial. I kind of can also see that, because, like, how do you let your empire fall so bad? Like, come on, bro. Get your head in the game. Tactless and restless, I can also see that. Restless being because he slept around so much, and that he just, like, the old Roman Empire spread, like, a really huge way. I think it even spread to Asia at one point, but whatever. He kind of just didn't get his act together too well, not gonna lie. He was such a fun-loving guy, he ruined his own empire, which, not saying that's what ruined the Roman Empire historically, but, you know. Next is Capricorn, and I picked the Netherlands. Also, just a little rant. Why does every Netherlands fan art have his hair not poofed up? I get it's hard, but it's not Netherlands without the poof. Whatever. That's just a rant on fan art I saw. Practical and prudent. He's very much that. He's like, money makes the world go round. I'll buy this herring for a cheaper price, salt it, pickle it. When there's no herring, sell it back to them at a higher price. Same with Spain and the weapons. Ambitious and disciplined. I don't really see him as ambitious, but I see him as disciplined. Like, every morning he goes and gets the herring, he pickles it, he sells it for a higher price. Patient and careful. I can see him as being patient because you kind of have to be in his situation. Careful, he has to be. I feel like just he's forced to be that way. Humorous and reserved. Not really humorous, but he's kind of reserved, kind of in his own little bubble of I have no monies. And the bad traits, pessimistic and fatalistic, which they both just kind of mean being in a bad sense of mind, which I always feel he is that way, because he's kind of like, money makes the world go round. What are you talking about? Get out of my house, Belgium. And I'm just like, okay then, honey. Miserly and grudging, which, miserly means like just bad or cheap of a quantity, pitifully small and inadequate. I wrote that definition down because of the original character I had for here, which was Moldova. But, Netherlands fits it better. But I can kind of see him as this as well. He's kind of just a pitiful character, and it's sad. Just have to see him flounder out there. Flounder! Next is Aquarius, which, is Iceland for once. We get, a Nordic in here, and rarely do I pick Nordics for my list, because I don't like the Nordics. Friendly and humanitarian. I can't really see him as being... I think he wants friends, but he's not really good at getting friends. Humanitarian, that's a really broad term. Honest and loyal, I can see him being that. Honest and loyal to his brothers. Original and inventive, kind of has to be. He's his own little island. Independent and an intellectual. He has to be independent because he's so far away from the rest of Europe. He kind of had to grow up on his own, which is great. You know, just growing up on your own without your brother who's forever a ways away, which is Norway, by the way. I know what they are. The bad traits, intractable and contrary. Don't know what intractable means, but I know he isn't contrary. Perverse and unpredictable. No. But it was these last two, unemotional and detached. When he does get friends, he's kind of... Because people have tried to be friends with him, and then he's like, oh, crap, no, I don't want this, get out of my home. And he kind of kicked Denmark and England out, and he's kind of been a loner ever since. So he kind of likes being lonely, so he kind of likes being away from all the others, which I can also really see Norway as being unemotional and detached. I get Iceland and Norway mixed up so many times. The only way I get Norway right is because he has the cross in his hair. God, I hope that's Norway. Yeah, because Finland has the hat. I know what do. Last is Pisces, and I picked Italy. Pisces are imaginative and sensitive, which I can really see Italy being that. He's such a creative guy, and he's super in tune with everything else. Compassionate and kind, he is that. He's an adorable little cinnamon roll. Selfless and unworldly. I would say selfless. Like, he can have his moments of, yes, he's a coward, but he can, like, at times be like, hey, I know what do. Can you tell I'm trying to rush so my counter doesn't go down? Intuitive and sympathetic. I don't really know the meaning of intuitive, but I can really see him as sympathetic. He was, like, when Germany was about to be, like, taken over by the things in painted white, I forget what they're called. He was, like, super sad and, like, just, no, Germany. Escapist and idealistic, which means, like, you try to get away from reality, which he does. He's super in his own head all the time. He's super just like, pizza like that. I can't believe I just did that. Secretive and vague. I can kind of see him as being vague because he's like he's Italy. What you gonna do? He's like off in his own head all the time. He's super just Italy. Weak-willed and easily led. He is this. Oh my gosh, this is the main reason why he's here. He's super just he's super just an idiot, and he's so easily persuaded, like, especially when he was a kid, especially when that guy was like, hey, do the indulgences. No! Candy? Yes. Do whatever you want. Candy. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I have like less than a minute before my counter says, "Hi, you used up all your screen time." So this is gonna be kind of a quick outro. If you want to see some funny the funny moment I was talking about, my Instagram is linked down below. I don't really like saying that because it makes me sound, because I'm not used to doing that. I feel like it makes me sound weird. If you have any video suggestions, leave those in the comments. Some of these had a bunch of like, or maybe it could be this character. I'll put that into the description. Please don't find me in the Taurus one. I nearly ripped my hair out doing that. This list was harder than I thought it would be. I have like 20 seconds. But anyways, it was harder than I thought it would be, but I'm glad I did it. Please tell me what you want in the future more. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos, with 5 seconds to spare.